One of the interesting things, I think, about this crisis that we're all in together, this multi-layered crisis, as we're thinking about issues of public health and racial segregation and what it is to make a community, what it is to make a community. In some ways, we have time at the moment to ponder this. How do we want to come out of this? How do we want to come out of this season? What kind of communities do we want to have? Do we want to have communities where our seniors are afraid and not well cared for? No. Do we want to have communities where people of color don't feel welcome or excluded after decades and decades of different kinds of structural segregation? No. Do we want to have communities where people that on the one day we depend on and we say that they are essential in their function, we need them to open grocery stores, to serve coffee through windows, to make food for us to take by delivery, and then on the next day we say they're no longer essential, but we exclude them on the basis of their humanity, on the basis of their income or their race or where they come from? No. What kind of communities do we want to make? We have an opportunity coming out of this crisis to think about who we want to be as communities. And for whatever it's worth, I could tell you what kind of communities I want to see on the North Shore, that I would hope you would want to see. Communities where our seniors who built these places can age safely and well and stay in their communities as a part of their networks. Communities where people who are pouring that coffee and that beer, cutting that grass, risking their lives to care for our children in schools, risking their lives to make sure we can buy groceries in the middle of a crisis. People who we've now have thought to ourselves, essential. The line of who is essential has broadened. Communities where we think about everybody as being essential to the wider whole. And then, thinking about what I would want to see out of a community is that person who was essential to make sure I could buy milk, that they had a place to live that was worthy of the respect that they would be due, and that they would be able to live in those communities. Our public servants, our police officers, our firefighters, our board of health workers, all of these folks who are essential. And then essential getting broader and broader. People who are opening schools and daycares, people who are working second and third shifts at nursing homes, trying to care for seniors. I would want to see communities where those people could live there, where the way we said we respected them on one day, that they are essential, that on the next day we would respect that they and their children should be able to make a home near us, should be able to be a part of that community as they already are by virtue of their essentiality, of their caring for all of us. Those are the kind of communities I would want to see. Communities where all different kinds of people could live, race, class, different kinds of jobs, making different kind of money, all of which are essential. Places where our seniors and those with disabilities could be cared for. Places that we all could be proud of together, because everybody gets to be there. And we make something better, more hopeful, more whole, together, moving into the future. And my hope is that all of us can be a part of making that, even as we're thinking about how are we going to remake and reform community? How are we going to use this crisis and this trouble as an opportunity for self-reflection and communal reflection in the building of something new and more hopeful? We're all doing this together, and we can all keep doing this together. It's a strong mission and an important time, and a time in society where we're all looking for ways to put our hand to something good and strong and be able to push forward into making more hope and more opportunity. This is a good place to do it. Your place with Harborlight Community Partners is a good place to push, to create more hope and more opportunity for more people. So thank you for being a part of that, because you certainly are, and we're grateful for it.